Michael Biafri. Michael Biafri. Michael Biafri.
Thank you, Kyle. Hey, how you doing, Portland? I came all the way down from South America to give you a little update about what's going on down there. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm really happy. I want to thank all the people that are organizing this huge event and that made possible that I'm being here with you. So I'm going to give you a little update. I'm Argentinian, but since all this year I've been in Chile, living in Santiago and studying the Central Valleys, where Chile has a huge history of hemp production. Hemp got to Chile in 1545. Before Chile was Chile, nothing was there, only indigenous tribes. It was a different country. And so they've been planting hemp for 370 years in a row until the mid-70s when they got caught by prohibition. So it's been really incredible to discover the long history of Chile. We've been interviewing some of the old folks which were born in the hemp fields, and their parents were born in the hemp fields, and their grandparents were born in the hemp fields. So, you know, one thing I can tell you about that is that when they were, you know, talking about their story, about their personal story with the plant, we saw in their eyes, you know, this little light, like a cannabis light, remembering the old days, and that same light is the one that you guys have when you have your plants in your house and you go and see them every day and you're so proud of them and you want to show them to everybody. But remember to be careful to who you show them to. Anyways, that was in Chile, and they got caught by prohibition, so for the last 50 years they have not had hemp production. But 2 weeks ago, the government authorized a garden for 200 patients in Santiago, Chile. So this is a good news. So things are starting to happen in South America. Now we jump into Argentina, which is Chile's next door neighbor. And you know, the people, there's a home growing movement there that's very strong. We had about 200,000 people in the march asking for marijuana liberation. And people completely lost their fear for law enforcement. They're kind of in a complete civil disobedience concerning planting the seeds. So you know, things are also happening there in Argentina. The government has also announced that they are looking to Uruguay as an example. So they are very respectful about the Uruguayan government, what they did this year, that was legalizing cannabis for recreational purposes and sales over the counter and distribution and production. So this is happening in this small, tiny country called Uruguay, which is surrounded by two big monsters, which is Brazil and Argentina. And we hope that the impact that Colorado and Washington brought to South America, also Uruguay, will impact their next door neighbors. And you know, this green tsunami will not stop, because this is a green tsunami that already started here in the United States. So I want to thank you all for all this big effort that all these years you guys have done as an example for the rest of the world, this culture. And this is what we need. You know, we need some of your culture over there to teach these people all the benefits of this plant, not only for using for recreational purposes from a harm reduction perspective, but also what it means for industrial purposes, all the jobs it can create, and how ecological it is, because cannabis is basically ecological. It doesn't need no chemicals to grow. You know, it's better than all the pharmaceuticals and all the petrochemicals. You all know that. Okay, so I want to encourage you guys to go and vote in November for Prop 91, because as we are now, after Colorado and Washington, South America is also going forward for legalization. I think this is a worldwide process, and you guys can make a difference. There will be a huge impact if you pass this law. So I want to encourage all of you to take your friends and go and vote. You know, to vote is very important. You know, in some of our countries, you know, like Argentina and Chile, we had these mean militaries who kidnap a whole generation of us, and now we're able to vote again. You know, sometimes democracy is a lie, but it's a right. And if we can use it in the correct form, it will be a benefit for all of us. So I encourage you to vote for Prop 91. And also, vote for Prop 92. Woo! Because it's a huge responsibility and a matter of consciousness what we do with our food. You know, we've been struggling against Monsanto in my country, Argentina, for a long time, you know, preventing them to make a huge complex to modify our food. So, you know, we don't only want to chase Monsanto out of South America, but out of the world, because they are the enemies of biodiversity, and we're against that. We think everybody has the right to live, and we should be conscious about our food and what we consume. So, all right, so I want to thank everybody for listening, and I'm very happy to be here, and keep on the hard work. Thank you. Bye.
Michael Biafri, one more time.